Hello guys, welcome to my channel Travel with Sobia Jib, where I post about Canadian immigration and our daily vlogs about our Canadian life. And this is the view outside. So guys, today's video is about whether you should come to Canada as a student or as a PR. So guys, I've got this question a number of times from so many people that they are not getting their PRs, and is it worth coming to Canada as a student? Because ultimately when they come as a PR, then you come to realize that okay, you will not find the job in your field at the level that you were working at in your own home country. Like, you will not get the same designation when you land here as a new immigrant. So there are two things which a new immigrant has to do when he or she lands here. Like, first of all, either start very low at a very basic designation with a very basic income, or secondly, take up a Canadian degree. So people usually, who want to save time, they don't want to go into the hassle of PR. And because PR takes almost 1 year, according to the new policy, maximum you'll take around 1 year to 2 years, from the process of application till you land in Canada. Till you get the passports after being stamped. So many people think that student visa is the easiest way out to come to Canada, and then the student visa can be converted into PR. Okay guys, I do agree with that fact, but what are the differences? What are the advantages and disadvantages which you will have as a student? And what are the advantages and disadvantages you will have as a PR? Like, what are the differences between the two visa categories? First of all guys, there is no OHIP facility when you come here as a student. Now, what is OHIP? OHIP is Ontario Health Insurance Plan, and the same goes, I'm sure the same goes with the other provinces as well. Like, we have come here as a PR, and we have OHIP for the primary applicant and for the whole family, husband and kids. Whereas if you come here as a student, you will not get the insurance, the health insurance from the government, like the Ontario insurance health coverage from the government. So you will have to pay the insurance, health insurance, medical insurance from your own pockets. Everything I'm talking is about Ontario, because that's what I know the exact. And other provinces, I can say that it will be more or less the same policies with a little bit of difference here and there. For example, if you land in Ontario, your insurance, your medical insurance from the government, it will start after 3 months. Whereas in other provinces, you will, in other places, if you land in Manitoba or other province, I think Quebec as well, your medical insurance starts from day one. Okay, so the second point is OSAP. On a student visa, you will not get OSAP, which is Ontario Student Association Plan. Now, what is that? It's basically, if you want to go for higher studies, like for college, want to obtain a degree, a double degree, whatever, if you are a master's or bachelor's in your own country, but you want to come here and you want to take up a course, and if you are a PR or a citizen in Canada, the government will assist you. They will give you a loan, and the loan includes the tuition fees, as well as some amount of that loan also covers your daily expenditure, your daily expenditure for that whole year. Because they understand that as a student you will only get some few hours to work as a part-time when you're studying full-time. So when you're studying full time, you only get a few hours to work. They will not allow you to work full time because naturally you cannot do both the things full time. So that's the thing. And whereas if you're coming here as a student, what happens that you will be paying the fees that you will be paying as an international student is 3 times more than what you'll be paying as a domestic applicant. Guys, you have to take all the financial things into consideration as well. So point number 3 is that if you are a student here in Canada, banks will not give you loans. They will prefer not to give you loans because naturally a student is only here. If you are an international student, naturally you just have visa for 1 year or 2 years depending on your degree. And the banks will not they don't prefer. If you want to take a car loan, you will not get it. Banks will not prefer giving you a loan, or even if you get it, it will be at a very high rate. So even the car insurance, that will be very high as well. Even the car insurance will be very high. So whereas if you are a PR, you know that it's your country, and the banks think that it's you're going to stay here for long, obviously, so they will give you loans. If you're coming here as a student, like for example, if you're taking up a degree for 1 year, after that, after you complete your degree, you will get a work permit for 1 year. In that, you can look for a job, you can work. And suppose if you don't get a job in your category or whatever reasons, and then if you apply for PR, and if you don't have enough points, you'll have to ultimately go back to your own country. Whereas if you take up a degree of 2 years, you'll get a work permit for 3 years. So in that case, you will, I'm talking about full-time courses. If you study for 2 years in Canada, if you take up a course for which is 2 years masters or postgraduate diploma, whatever, which is for 2 years duration, you will get a work permit for 3 years after that. So and that 3 years is a good enough time to work up to your own in your own field, get a job, get an Canadian experience, and then qualify for PR. So anyway, but as a PR, you can if you're coming here as a PR, it's up to you if you want to study or if you want to work and save your own money. If you don't want to take the loan, at least work for 1 year, 2 years. You can work odd jobs, you can work in your own field, whatever you feel like, and save the money. Don't take the loan, save up for 1 or 2 years, and then directly go for a degree. Even then you will be charged as a domestic student, and that money will be yours, and you will not have to pay after the course is complete. So that is one advantage of studying on a PR as well. And yeah, it will be up to you whether you'll take the course as a part-time or a full-time, and keep working side by side as well. So that is also one advantage of coming here as a PR. Okay, now point number 5, guys, is the child care benefits that you get as a PR. Whereas if you come here as a student in a diploma degree, or in a diploma course, or a degree, probably 1 year, so you can also sponsor your spouse. As my video, I'll put the link here, like how you can bring your what's the policy, how you can bring your spouse and children to Canada if you are coming here on a student visa. But that degree has to be longer than 8 months. So, or a diploma, whatever, the course has to be longer than 8 months. So but you will not be eligible for child care benefits. So guys, that is a very big advantage that PRs get here when they come here with kids. The government funds the children. The government pays according to the age. There is some financial bracket. According to that, you will get, like for example, if there is an infant, if you're coming here with an infant, you'll get the maximum amount of finances that the government has put for the children. And then as the child's age increases, that amount keeps on decreasing, and this also depends upon your salary and the income that you will show in the previous year. So that is one thing which will not be given as a student. Okay guys, so point number 6 is that when you come here as a student, people usually prefer like if you're renting out a basement or something, like you have to go for college or university accommodation, because naturally that will be closer to your college, and you will save on the commute, and those places are usually near to that college campus, and those are actually expensive. Whereas if you try to move away, then again you will be spending time and money on the commute, or if you want to take a car loan along with the insurance, it will be a little bit expensive, and it will be a little bit difficult for students. And also the basements, usually there are families, most of the families, they usually prefer families like husband and wife, or with one or two kids, and they usually prefer to give their basements to families, because they don't want guests, because they think that students, if the students come in their basements, they will do partying and they will have guests over, and how the teenage or not teenage, but how young boys and girls, they party, and or they keep parties at their homes, or they come late night, and there will be friends over most of the time. So that's one reason. Okay, so another point number 8 is which is actually a very important point. Most of the job here, most of the job categories in your own field, like for example in marketing or in banks, I'm not talking about the junior level position like customer service representative or working at Walmart or Tim Hortons, you can get that easily. But if even if you apply for a job, say for example in a pharma company, or if in a healthcare, in a hospital or something, people usually prefer, the employers prefer the person to be on a PR or a citizen, rather than being on a student visa or a work permit, because naturally they will again think that this is going to be for a temporary period. Like for example, even if you get a work permit after completing your studies, you will get it for 1 year or 2 years. So guys, I hope I've almost covered all the points which will help you make a decision. Now guys, don't misunderstand me, because if you are not getting the PR, and if Canada is your dreamland, and if you want to come here by hook or by crook, and if your points are not according, if you're not eligible for express entry or provincial nomination, there are so many other ways to Canada. But if you have evaluated all those points and you don't lie in that category, and you have met the consultants, you have or if you have studied yourself, and that okay, PR is not your thing, you cannot get a PR to Canada, and if Canada is your dreamland and you want to come here by hook or by crook, and you feel that student visa is one thing that you can do, and you can complete your course, get the work permit, and even apply for a PR, then do take it. Don't misunderstand me. I'm just comparing the two options, if you have the two options in hand. But if you don't have the PR option in hand, then do take up the study visa. I'm just sharing my experience and the experience that I've gained from my friends, my colleagues, and the topics that I've researched, by talking to people, by talking to new immigrants and the people who want to come here. So, you are your own best judge. Decide for yourself, and best of luck for your Canadian journey. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe Travel with Sobia Jib for more videos on Canadian immigration. Thank you. Bye bye.